Hey, and welcome to OND DND, the talk show about TTRPGs hosted by the Older and Dumber crew, where we help you with your campaigns and games and tabletop related issues or fun ideas. I am Forever DM and runner of our games, Hunter.
Fantasy World Instacart shopper, Joey.
That's good.
Skipper of shopkeep scenes, Carter.
And this is... Oh, I already said what this is.
OND,
Our
D&D.
topic for today is shopping episodes in TTRPGs, annoying detour, or storytelling gold. Well, first of all, let's just get you guys' opinions right off the bat, you know? What's your opinions on shopping in TTRPGs?
Shopping is fun. The DMs make fun interactive shops and shopkeeps, and then you get to interact with them in fun ways.
Yeah, I hate wasting my time for 5 sessions in a row. But I do think that shopping is a good thing. I just think that downtime, needs to be specified how many days downtime, and then we time skip and go to those interactions instead of spending like 30 hours in a shopping episode.
Now
What?
you know.
So now it feels like you're talking about more than just shopping.
Yeah, shopping should be a downtime activity.
Right, but how you were just explaining, because I don't think we've ever had 5 episodes of shopping.
We just did. We just got out of this festival arc.
See, that's not shopping.
We shopped every single session.
We didn't shop at
Didn't-
all.
didn't shop
I
once.
literally
We shopped the
I-
first 2 sessions.
I literally
They were all
asked
off
to go to the
screen.
market.
They weren't off screen.
Any shopping she did was off screen.
It wasn't off screen.
It
We played out
was.
the scenes.
No,
Go
it
back
wasn't.
to the first 2 episodes of the Tempest Fair that they were not. They were on screen. You had interactions that were.
One time when we first started, she went and we developed the character Cleo.
I
and
just think
Pierre.
that shopping whole sessions shouldn't be more than like every 5 sessions or something. You do a session of shopping, but it feels like it quickly becomes a burden when we don't just quick buy. When it's like very consistent shopping episodes, it's bogs down the game.
My confusion now is that you thought the entire Tempest Fair arc was a shopping episode.
It was downtime activity besides, the last 3 sessions.
Now I'm extremely confused, and I don't know if we can take any opinion off of this. Because that makes no sense. That you thought the entire Tempest Fair arc, which was a big arc for the main plot of this game, was a shopping episode.
I'm definitely embellishing, but I feel in general, downtime activity shouldn't be played out in real time. Like, you should have all of those interactions. You should be available to make interactions with NPCs, but like being like, and what do you guys do next? And what do you guys do next? And then it just bogs down the entire, like, it's taken more than 1 session before. And it just, I feel it's more enjoyable when the DM is like, hey, you guys have this next couple days. What do you guys want to do for downtime? Okay. And then you play out the scenes like that. That's the way that I like shopping sessions or downtime in general. Because
So that's what I'm saying.
otherwise,
It feels like you're mixing the two things right
it's
now.
part of it.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're specifically talking about shopping, not downtime activity.
Yeah, I think shopping quickly bogs down games, unnecessarily so. But I do think that they're important.
Okay. Well, what do you believe would make shopping more interactive and not so bogged down?
Getting the group focused on what they're actually doing and making it like, who's going shopping? Oh, you're going shopping? Not like cascading effect of like multiple players going where it takes the entire session because we're splitting the party 4 different ways to go shopping. It's unnecessary, and I don't know, it just makes the session like where 1 person's playing or 2 people are playing, and then they get their turn to go shopping. I don't know. That's
Joey?
making it so it's more of a group activity and less of a singular activity is what I like about shopping.
Joey?
Well, counterpoint to that, a lot of times when you're going to a store specifically to be like, I need to do this in character, it's for something specific, and I need to go by myself, and then somebody else is like, I'm going too because I want to go to that place.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else is like, I also want to go to that place. And then you're like,
Then you could have just, I don't know. I feel like
I do that all the time now. How many times in this campaign have I been like, we don't need to do this?
Oh,
This is what I'm
it's
doing.
very often. Ever since Cleo. You did it one time, and then after that, you've just texted me and said, hey, I go buy these things off screen. Hey, I go buy these things off screen.
That's what I like.
I know that's what you like.
I will say as a DM, I don't like that. I don't like the off-screen stuff because it doesn't give any sustenance to what you did. And then later on, when you're like, oh, I did this, and everyone's like, when'd you do that? Well, I did it off screen. When'd you do it off screen? And then it just creates this whole sort of canonic problem with everybody who is just upset.
Well, who is upset? I don't think anybody's ever been upset by saying.
I also don't think we've had 5 sessions of shopping episodes, but we can all
I
embellish a little bit.
also feel that if your DM is taking the time to build these communities and these stores, then it's sort of rewarding to the DM. Like they want you to go and interact with it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I would. That's the thing. Like,
And
I don't
just
mind
being
that-
like, I bounce to this scene, I bounce to this scene, I bounce to this scene. You miss the opportunity for the spark of randomness that you can come across in in-town scenes.
not that doing that kind of skipping is the wrong way to play or a bad way to play. It very much comes down to people's play style. And I will say, me as a DM, I like the minute to minute or the hour to hour.
I feel like you usually split the days up into 3 parts anyway.
I said, yeah, I mean, I'll do like what's the morning, midday, we're at the afternoon now. And it really depends on what you guys are doing in the moment. And that's the other thing too, is I very much am okay with skipping. That's why I ask, okay, what are we doing? And then when everybody's like, oh, I think we're done with this thing. All right, we're skipping on to what I have chosen as the next plot point that's going to happen.
I didn't play. I'm the kind of player where I didn't launch into D&D to play Stardew Valley and talk to people over and over.
You
You're
did
very
for
unga-
mechanics.
I
and
know.
You're very-
I would like the adventure part of the adventure game. I'm not here to shop. I would like the interactions with NPCs while we are adventuring, while we're on the road, while we're doing these things. I like those moments. I don't like being bogged down with having to be like, oh, I'm spending this gold, blah, 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 blah. I would rather just be like, okay,
So that brings me
on
to
my
the
way
next
out, I
point
want to
then.
buy this amount of potions. Like, oh, sure, we can have these scenes. And like, there's also randomness where you can roll while we're having downtime.
Sure.
And
So that
it-
brings me to the next point of you saying, you know, I'd rather be out on the road adventuring. Then what's the point of wealth? If you're not going to go shop or spend that money to find items, what's the point of wealth then?
you can still have those scenes. I just don't think
But-
that they need to be like.
Then it's just
The
Hunter,
reason-
I need to go buy health
No,
potions.
you
All
can
right, you buy
still
those.
have those scenes. I'm just saying that for me, they get in the way a lot more when they're more often, and it makes me feel like I want to blow my brains out sometimes when it just like. I don't want to shop. Like
so he
I don't.
doesn't like adventuring in a city. I mean, that's the answer.
No, I can adventure in a city and search for mysteries and do all of those things. You don't have to be like going into shops every like 2 sessions and buying stuff. And like, that's just for me as part of my player. I don't like that. For wealth, I have an answer for you. Like there's those scenes, but also you can build stuff. You can, in your downtime, you can craft, you can do all of these things. You can build a keep. There's like,
But I mean,
you
those
can-
require you to role play. You
yeah,
don't just
I'm
one
not
day
saying that there's
"Here's
no
my
role
money, I wanna
playing. I'm
keep."
saying that shopping episodes don't need to be every 3 sessions.
Okay, Joey.
I think if you went back and watched our current campaign, you're grossly overstating.
I didn't say
the
that this
amount of-
campaign. I'm saying in general, this topic, we're talking about shopping episodes, and I'm saying that
I don't think that we're shopping as often as you're making it out.
I'm
to
not
be.
saying that we are. That's not what I just said. I'm saying that I don't think shopping needs to be every 3 sessions or needs to be like, I feel like for me personally, there's a lot of interactions and role play you can do, and shopping is like the most menial for me.
Okay. Well,
I hate shopping in real life as well. So
it feels like it very much carries over. You are correct. Well, I mean, when there comes to shop, the whole point of this is to figure out. I mean, there's obviously not the right answer. There's not a right answer on whether or not shopping episodes are annoying or if shopping episodes are storytelling gold,
Right,
because
'cause
it really
it's gonna
comes
be
down to
opinion-based.
the players and your actual campaign and what they're into. A lot of people are very much into the RP and want to continuously play up their character and role play and do actions, and there's people who want to go through on just the adventurous stuff and what's the next clue, I want to keep moving forward, what's the plot. So there's very different people who like to play, and a big thing about that is asking your players what they enjoy most. But for someone like Carter, what about shopping, other than just skipping, would make it you want to play? Because what about it really makes you upset? You say it bogs down, but essentially it's just because people are wanting.
I didn't really like play D&D to like go grocery shopping for things that we need. And like in real life, I don't really like talking to the people I'm, like shopping for.
Sure, that's still not answering the question. I'm asking what would make it better for you. Because essentially, people are wanting to participate and talk with the world, but that's not something you're into. So what about that?
Never said that that's not what I was into. I don't like it in the form of having to go buy things and like talking to these NPCs that have the shops as much. I never said I don't like interacting with the world.
I'm not saying the world. I'm talking about shopping.
That.
You don't want to interact with the NPCs, and you don't want to participate with the conversation. You just want to get in and get out
Of the shops.
Yes. So
I think that more random encounters during downtime days like is cool, and like more like, I don't know, not like specifically the Tempest Fair, but there's other things that happens in towns on a daily basis, and I'm not sure what it would open up to me. And like I've definitely come around more towards like shopping episodes than previously, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything that would make it like a fun part of, like a super enjoyable part of D&D for me. And that's fine.
What about when you find something cool at the shop?
Yeah, those are like the best parts, where you find something cool that wasn't unexpected, like in a bookstore, and you find like, oh, there's this book and it looks like it's old history. Like that was fun when we did that in the first campaign, when we went specifically looking for that.
Sure.
None of the NPCs have really, not really much of them have really stood out as someone I'm interested in talking to. Mithros I talked to in character a bunch, but he doesn't talk to me.
I think you talked to Mithros one time.
Yeah, and then he went and found Rara every single time.
Rara was out on her own.
Yeah, I'm out
And
on
it was
my own all the time.
You're not.
Yeah, I am every morning.
Yeah, you're walking around at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. He's an old man.
5 o'clock.
Why is he gonna
up
be
at that time?
Why would he be up at 5 a.m. walking the harbor?
No, I'm just, there's not many characters that Keith is not a very social person as a character as well.
Sure.
But for me, cool things, cool interactions are cool. Just like the menial task of getting to that point of we have to go shopping is kind of annoying.
So, Joey, as a person who's on the opposite end of the spectrum, what do you believe does make shopping bad? What parts of it is bad when you're doing it? Or what do you think would make it better for maybe players who are like Carter?
Well, he's not wrong. It can bog down a session if you let it.
Sure.
Because everybody wants their chance to interact.
Sure.
Even if they didn't have a reason to go. Like I was saying before, they're like, I'm going to tag along, and then I'm going to have an interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually need to be here, so now I'm just going to start asking random questions. And
there is that. There is the someone went there for a reason, people join, and when they get there, they sort of, I don't want to say ruined, but like instead of staying on the point of why you went there, they go there and they create that bogness of, so what's your name? Where are you from? How did you do that? And then the, why that? Why that?
Right. And that's
Why
stuff,
that?
That's stuff that will come up naturally over the course of several trips to that shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a whole session, and I feel like a lot of players take the time to make it a whole session.
To make it, let me learn everything about you.
Yeah.
Rather than treat it like how you would going to
You
a
go in
store,
there and I'm like, I'm
buy
here for
your
this
thing,
specific
say
item. Do you
hi.
have this specific item? No. Okay. Well, do you have something that fills slot X because
Right.
that's what I need? And then you chit chat a little bit at the counter. Now I know your name and how long you've been here at this town.
And then the next time you go, it's, oh, hi, whatever. I remember you. Oh, did that thing work out? Yeah, it did. Oh, I have this. It's a sort of gradual like experience to learn and interact with them rather than, like you said, some people go in there and make it a whole thing.
Because the characters are usually interesting characters.
Right.
Or they're connected to something that the players are interested in, which is the reason they went there in the first place.
So they very much
like
are
it's a
I need
magic
to
shop,
know.
it's a bookshop, it's a
Right.
a tailor or a blacksmith. Like they go there for that specific interest,
Mm-hmm.
but then they get sidetracked on that interest. Or somebody will come along that's not really into that, and then they'll start talking to them about something else. And then
Yes.
before you know it, you've spent a whole session doing it.
Now you've
When
spent
it
the whole
doesn't have
time.
to be a whole session.
Right. Okay.
Or you could do multiple shop interactions in one session,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't now because we got stopped at the general store talking about 10-foot poles.
I bought that off screen.
He did. He
know,
did.
I
He
know.
did. Yeah. Well, we were in game, and you're like, where can I get a 10-foot pole? I said the market. Okay, can I go buy that? Yeah, you can go buy that. But then there's the stuff where because there's a thing that I like to do a lot, and that is make NPCs quest givers without being quests.
Mhm.
And you meet them, and in order to gain that sort of information or that plot point, you have to go there and you have to interact with them. It might cause one of those long things, but hopefully when it does, it's because of a
But
plot.
there's a result to it then. It's
Yeah.
not just we wasted the entire session
Talking,
chit-chatting
right. We
for no
didn't-
reason,
we
just
gained
so that
no
we know that
information.
you traveled 200 miles and used to live in a cabin in the woods and you knew a woods witch that taught you how to make these potions.
Woods Witch.
And you sometimes sing with squirrels.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff there, but obviously this entire topic was a very opinionated topic. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It always will come down to what everybody is into, and also looking at your other players and being considerate and respectful to what is fun for them.
Well, you as a DM too might be like, I just run shops like a video game. Here's a shop list. This is what they have.
There's that too, yeah. And there's a bunch of different DMs out there who like to run things differently. So again, it all comes down to play style, but the biggest thing is respecting each other and what it is they like and what you like, and hoping you do it back and forth. Oh, look at that! 4 seconds and such a good end on that note. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. As always, put your experiences in the comments. And if they're any good, we will feature them on one of our later episodes. Tell us about your shopping episode experiences or what your opinion is on shopping episodes themselves.
If you want to watch us shop, you can do so Wednesday nights on Twitch.
You can.
.tv/older and dumber.
At what time?
8 p.m. Eastern.
Whoa, and what if they miss that?
You can catch up on YouTube on Saturdays.
What
Or,
time?
12.
Yes.
Nice. 12 o'clock on YouTube on Saturdays.
Yeah. Or what were you about to say?
You can also subscribe on Twitch and then watch the episodes there as well.
You can. That is another thing. And you can join our Discord and be a part of the conversation.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of OND DND, the TTRPG talk show that hopefully helps you play better, roll better, and just be better. I was Doppelganger DM Hunter.
One like, comment, and share, please.
That's your name?
All of that, Joey.
Hater of
I
shopkeeps,
was doing
Carter.
I was doing a gold.
Oh, that's good. I like that. And then you have to. I got you. And what was yours?
Hater of shopkeeps.
Hater of shopkeeps, Carter. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. And would you like a bag with that? I should have said paper or plastic. No, there's no plastic in D&D. Really.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I guess you're right. It's been all
There's
boxes
an industrial revolution going on right now.
boxes and pouches so far have been.
You think a wizard hasn't been like, oh, what's this magic black chemical from the ground? Petroleum.
Oh gosh. That's funny.
I'm a plastomancer.
Yeah, you guys haven't been to any of the like super big cities yet, so
Yeah.
we'll see when you guys finally leave here.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, aka Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew, be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
Go Dipshits mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black! On my stand! Fade to black!